That was not meant to happen. Attention, duelists. Phoenix here, and it is new pack day. So let's just get right into this. We'll do it in the usual format where I will read out new cards as they show up. And I could give my general review of how I feel this is going out. And I will. This pack is bloated with URs, which means you have to roll a bunch or have a bunch of stuff on standby to get it all. Fireburst and Libromancer Fire are both URs. Theron King Regulus is UR. Theron Irregular is UR too. I don't feel that's deserved. Heroic cards are URs. Heroic's never been that strong except for Brongo Miniad, and he's straight up busted. Vendread Scavenger does not deserve to be a UR, just outright should not be up there. Reprints of Avendred Savior, Revendred Executor. Pre-prep's just a good card, so that's fine where it's at. I don't know. Some of the way they're doing this stuff is not sat right with me. But I'll complain about that after I don't get the cards I want. Hey, look at that, no URs. Pack number 1. Scar of the Vendread. Level 6 zombie, 2300 attack, 0 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Vendread spell trap from deck to the hand. If a monster on the field is distributed while this card is in your graveyard, banish 1 other zombie monster from your graveyard, special summon this card. If you do, while it's face up in the monster zone, you cannot special summon monsters except Vendread monsters. You can only use each effect of Scar of the Vendread once per turn. I think that Scar of the Vendread and Vendread Scavenger should have been cards from an addition to the Vendread story mode, solo mode. And Scar of the Vendread was the only card that was new from that pack. This is looking great. Libromancer Fire Starter. Level 3 Ritual Monster, 1800 by 1800, Cybers. You can ritual summon this card with a Libromancer card. If this card is ritual summoned by using a monster on the field, it cannot be destroyed or banished by card effects. Gains 200 attack defense each time your opponent activates a card or effect while you control this card with less than 3000 attack in the monster zone. So theoretically, this becomes a 3000 effect, 3000 by 3000 that can't be destroyed or banished by card effect. Pretty good if you can get there, but you require your opponent to activate 6 cards or effects, unless you bump it up yourself. It's fine. There was absolutely a trap back there that I didn't read that was new. Oh well. Hopefully it shows up later. Maybe it was that one. Got it. Therian Bull Ein. It is a level 7 warrior monster. You can only use the following effects of Therian Bull Ein once per turn. This is the generic effect of all Therians. You can target 1 Therian monster or warrior monster in your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If you do, equip that monster to this card. Therians in general have this card, although it kind of varies on what other type of monster in your graveyard it can use. Usually it's machine for the good ones. You can target 1 Therian card you control and 1 card your opponent controls, destroy them. A Therian monster equipped with this card gains 700 attack. Also, it can activate the second effect listed above as if it were Therian Bull Ein. So that's not terrible. It's a pop and a monster reborn. Therian Cross. Normal trap. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a Therian monster, you can activate one of these effects. Negate that effect or banish that monster. If you have Endless Engine Argyro system in your graveyard at activation, you can activate both effects at resolution, negate, then banish. You can only activate 1 Therian Cross per turn. So theoretically, it's a pretty strong trap. Symphonic Warrior DJJ. A level 4, scale 8 pendulum monster, 1200 by 1200. Pendulum effect. Once per turn during your main phase, you can flip one face down defense position Symphonic Warrior monster you control to face up defense position. If a Symphonic Warrior monster's effect is activated, you can special summon this card from your Pendulum Zone. You can only use this effect of Symphonic Warrior DJJ once per turn. Its monster effect is, if this card is normal or special summoned, you can special summon one Symphonic Warrior monster from your deck in face down defense position, except Symphonic Warrior DJJ, or if Symp Amplifier is in your field zone, you can special summon one Symphonic Warrior monster from your deck instead, except Symphonic Warrior DJJ. But negate its effects. You can only use this effect of DJJ once per turn. I'm not impressed. Therian Empress Alazia, a level 8 reptile, 2100 by 2500. You can only use the effect of Empress Alazia once per turn. Target a Therian or reptile graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If you do, equip that monster to this card. You can discard one card and then target one Therian monster in your spell and trap zone, special summon it. So she's a way to bring out your other Therians. And Symphonic Warrior Guitarist, a level 3 scale 0 pendulum effect. You can target one other Symphonic Warrior card you control, return both that card and this card to the hand. You can only use the effect once per turn. Monster effect, if Symp Amplifier is in your field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one card in your Pendulum Zone, return it to the hand. You can only use the effect of Symphonic Warrior Guitarist once per turn. I don't know what Symphonic Warriors are trying to do, but I don't think they're doing much. Another Guitarist, and a Prismatic Rare, Libromancer Intervention. Normal Trap. When your opponent activates a card or effect, target one Libromancer ritual monster you control. Return it to the hand, and if you do, negate the activated effect. Then you can special summon one Libromancer monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only activate one Libromancer Intervention per turn. Does that count as ritual summoning the Libromancer in your hand? Don't know. Requires testing. Heroic Challenger Knuckle Sword. If you control a heroic monster except at level 1, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one other warrior monster you control with a level. The level of that monster or this card becomes the level of the other. Also, you can't declare an attack for the rest of the turn except with Xyz monsters. You can only use each effect of Heroic Challenger Knuckle Sword once per turn. Neat way to get to the level 4s or level 1s you need for your heroics. Like this one, who gives you heroics that were someone using it extra 1000 attack. That could be useful. Potential rarity bump. Libromancer Bonded. Ritual spell. This card can be used to ritual summon any Libromancer ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. If you ritual summon Libromancer Fireburst with this effect using Libromancer Fire Starter on the field, it cannot be destroyed or banished by card effects. Nice little protection, but weird it only offers it to one Libromancer. Therian Charge. Normal spell. Send one Therian card, except Therian Charge, or one Endless Engine Argyro system from your hand or face-up field spell and trap zone to the graveyard. Draw 2. You can only activate one Therian Charge per turn. So it's a pot of greed. Those are always good. Libromancer Agent. Level 6 warrior. You can reveal one ritual monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. You can target one Libromancer card in your graveyard, except this card, add it to your hand, then if you had a spell trap by this effect, place one card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Only use each effect of Libromancer Agent once per turn. That's fine. Potentially goes into Beatrice, because people already use Diviner of the Herald to become level 6 and Ben 10 to do it. He's already a level 6, so reveal Ben 10, he's on the board. There's another Knuckle Sword. Libromancer Prevented. Continuous Trap. If you control a Libromancer monster, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. This turn, that face-up monster cannot be used as material for a fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link summon. You can only use this effect of Libromancer Prevented once per turn. Once per turn during the end phase, if you control no Libromancer ritual monsters, send this card to the graveyard. There's another Fire Starter. Libromancer Realized. Continuous spell. You can reveal one Libromancer ritual monster in your hand, special summon one fire token, Cyberus Fire 00, with the same level as the revealed monster. While you control that token, you cannot special summon monsters except Libromancer monsters. You can only use this effect of Libromancer Realized once per turn. Alright, so it gets you a token of the level of the ritual monster you're trying to summon. Heroic Champion Yarn Graper is a XZs requiring 2 level 1 warriors, 700 attack, 1800 defense. The first time each warrior monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect each turn, it is not. You can only use each of the following effects of Yarn Gripper once per turn. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 level or rank 4 warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And if you do, this card gains attack equal to that monster's original attack. When an attack is declared involving your opponent's monster, you can gain life points equal to half its attack. So you gain life points equal to half of your opponent's monster's attack. That's a little odd, but heroic champions have always been odd. Therian Reaper Foom. It's an aqua. Those are always strange. Level 7. Has the Therian effect of targeting a Therian or an aqua, special summoning and equipping it. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target 1 Therian card in your spell and trap zone and 1 card your opponent controls. Return both of them to the hand. Another Scar. Another Intervention. Therian Stand Up. Normal Trap. Target 1 Therian monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Then you can equip 1 Therian monster from your hand or graveyard to it. During the main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Target 2 Therian monsters, 1 in your field and 1 in your graveyard. Equip that monster from your graveyard to the other monster you control. You can only use 1 Therian Stand-Up effect per turn and only once that turn. So it's a quick way to Monster Reborn and equip. Works for the Therian theme. Libromancer Magigirl. Level 4 Spellcaster. You can reveal 1 ritual monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can ritual summon 1 Libromancer ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. You can only use each effect of Libromancer Magigirl once per turn. So she is a quick effect living ritual card. Not bad. There's another Bonded, another Guitar Base. Ravenous Vendread. Ritual spell. Special summon 1 Vendread monster from your hand or deck or graveyard in face down defense position. Except Vendread Scavenger, then apply the following effect. Ritual summon any 1 Vendread ritual monster from your hand or graveyard by tributing monsters you control, including the monster special summoned by this card, whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. You can only activate 1 Ravenous Vendread per turn. So, it's a way to get the materials that you need for a ritual summon. Fine. Not an amazing pack opening, all things considered. 6 SRs. Got me a... Oh, good. My 1 UR. Another Magigirl. And an Executor. Already have it. Nothing new. Hey, you are. Show me Therian King. Nope. However, Endless Engine Argyro System. Send 1 Therian card from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Therian card in your graveyard, if both are still in your graveyard, add either that card or this card to your hand. If you do, place the other on the bottom of your deck. You only use 1 Endless Engine Argyro System effect per turn, only once per that turn. So it's a foolish burial for Therians. Therion Discoliseum. Field spell. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Therian monster from your deck to your hand. So it's Euroda. Once per turn, if your monster would be destroyed by battle, you can send one Therian card or one Endless Engine or Gyro System from your deck to the graveyard instead. Another Foolish Burial. Once per turn, when a monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can target one Therian monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only activate one Therian Disc Coliseum per turn. And there's your recursion. Good field spell. Shame all those cards are URs. Hey, nothing new. Libromancer Mystigirl, level 4, fairy. You can ritual summon this card with a Libromancer card. If this card was ritual summoned by using monsters on the field, your opponent cannot target ritual monsters you control with monster effects. If this card is special summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn, change its attack to 0, also negate its effects. You can only use this effect of Libromancer Mystigirl once per turn. Alright, so she's a once per turn effect veiler. Or rather, the Yukiona. Libromancer Geek Boy, level 3 psychic. You can reveal one ritual monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can add one Libromancer spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of Libromancer Geek Boy once per turn. So he special summons himself, and he searches out your Libromancer rituals. General Probe. Each time, it's a continuous spell. Each time the effect of a Symphonic Warrior card is activated, place one Symphonic counter on this card when that effect resolves. You can only use each of the following effects of General Probe once per turn. You can remove 3 Symphonic counters from your field, add one Symphonic Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. If you normal or special summon a Symphonic Warrior monster, you can add a Symp Amplifier from your deck to your hand. I still do not see the purpose of the Symphonic Warriors, so I'm going to say that card is not amazing. It's fine, though. Another Executor. What a waste. Nothing new again. They're just packing up these sets with reprints, aren't they? Not surprised, it's how they make more money. It's just upsetting. I don't think it's new, but it is new to this, so I have to read it. Heroic Challenger Double Lance. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one Heroic Challenger Double Lance from your hand or graveyard in defense position. Cannot be used as synchro material, cannot be used as for an XC summon except for the XCs of a warrior monster. So you normal summon him, you special summon another. From hand or graveyard, which are a little bit picky on spots. If it was deck, it would be good, but it's not, so it's probably bad. Symphonic Warrior Rocks. A level 7 synchro monster with a pendulum scale of 10. Pendulum effect. During each standby phase, you can add one pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Symphonic Warrior Rocks once per turn. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can destroy both that monster and this card. Its monster effect is, if this card is in the monster zone to destroy by battle card effect, you can place this card in your pendulum zone. You can only use each of the following effects of Symphonic Warrior Rocks once per turn. If this card is special summoned, you can add one face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. If Symp Amplifier is in your field zone, you can destroy one card on the field. I don't think Symphonic Warriors are good. And here's my guaranteed UR. Libromancer Fire is a level 4 Cybers. 1800 by 1800. You can reveal one ritual monster in your hand, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can add a Libromancer monster from your deck to your hand, except Libromancer Fire. You can only use each effect of Libromancer Fire once per turn. 3 URs. Oh, hey, 2 URs from this one. Things are getting better, slowly. Nothing new. I spoke too soon. What a fool I am. Another copy of Geek Boy. Another Empress Alasia. Another Empress Alasia. What the heck? That's weird. Not getting a lot of new stuff. Any new stuff. Show me. Oh, working off the odds of what I've gotten so far, and I can actually make a deck out of Libromancer. Another fire. Libromancer first appearance, and another Therian Disc Coliseum. First appearance is a field spell. When this card is activated, you can add one Libromancer monster from your deck to your hand with a different name than cards you control. During your main phase, you can ritual summon one Libromancer ritual monster from your hand by tripping monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. You can only activate one Libromancer first appearance per turn. So it is a Rhoda, and it is a fusion gate for rituals. Or at least the Libromancers. Neat. I feel like using Ash Blossom against Libromancers would be a little difficult because of how many cards they had to let you add. Droll and Lockbird would be good against them, though. Assuming I'm remembering this all correctly. I am skimming over a lot of it. Alright. Another 3 URs. Nothing UR-wise, but should be a lot of supers. Another copy of Geek Boy. I think that's my third. Nothing that one. Another Therian Charge. And Heroic Challenger Morningstar. If you control 2 or more warrior monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card's normal or special summon, you can add one heroic spell trap from your deck to your hand. This card's in your graveyard and your luck points are 500 or less. You can special summon this card but negate its effects. You can only use each effect of Heroic Challenger Morningstar once per turn. He can special summon himself if you have 2 warriors. He lets you add a spell trap. He could theoretically summon himself back. Not the worst. Heroic champions could use all the help they can get. After Rongo Mini had guaranteed they never got any more support. It's just too strong. Nothing new there. Nothing new. Another Libromancer intervention. Another Therian Cross. Therian Lily Borea. She's a plant with the Therian effect targeting Therians or plants, and the secondary effect of you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard to add a Therian spell trap from deck to the hand. Not bad. And I don't think I actually read this one out loud before. Therian Duke Yule. Therian effect targeting Therians and Psychics, and the secondary effect of while you control an equip card, Therian monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. There's a good little protector there for all your Therians. No new cards. Pre-prep of rights, and Libromancer Displaced. Normal trap. Target one Libromancer monster you control and one monster your opponent controls. Return your monster to the hand, and if you do, take control of the opponent's monster. If your Libromancer monster you targeted was not a ritual monster, the monster you took control of returns to the hand during the end phase. You can only activate one Libromancer Displaced per turn. If it were not for the fact that this targets, I'd say this is a great card. So otherwise, I'll just say it's a good card. Let's open another one. Hey, one you are. We're back to shit luck. No new cards. Tribe Drive. I haven't seen this before, so I'm just going to read it. If you have 3 or more different monster types on your field, you can choose 3 monsters from your deck with different types from each other, but with the same types as the monsters you control. Then your opponent randomly chooses one for you to either add to your hand or special summon. Also place the remaining monsters on the bottom of your deck in any order. You can only activate one Tribe Drive per turn. I feel like that fits in for higher, because they use a variety of monster types. Nothing new. Guaranteed you are. Show me Libromancer. That is my 3rd copy of Fire. Nothing new out of that pack. Nothing new again. Got something. Another pre-prep. Nothing new. Another Executor. Another Intervention. I think that's my 3rd. Oh, I actually got something. Got another Libromancer Displaced. Heroic Envoy. Add one heroic monster from your deck to your hand. So there's a Rhoda. If your life points are 500 or less, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one heroic card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use each effective heroic envoy once per turn. So it's an extra Rhoda for heroics. Actually got 2 URs out of that one. Surprise, surprise. 1 UR out of this. I still need the UR Libromancer Ritual Monster. Are you it? Goddamn, I called it. Libromancer Fireburst is a level 7 Cyberse Ritual. You can ritual summon this card with a Libromancer card. If this card was ritual summoned by using a monster on the field, it cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any battle damage inflicted to your opponent is doubled. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. When a monster declares an attack, you can banish one Libera Monster Ritual monster from your graveyard. This card gains 2,000 attack. Actually not super impressive because it's all battle phase dependent stuff, but he's bigger. And he theoretically has protections. Only those are only battle protections, which don't actually save it. Maybe it's not that good. Heroic Challenger Assault Halberd. Or Halberd, however you want to pronounce it. Level 4 Warrior. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special this card from your hand. Cyber Dragon effect. When this card attacks a defenseless monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can add a heroic card from your deck to your hand. I think this would be better if it gave piercing damage to an Xyz monster summoned using it. Nothing new out of that. Nothing new. Another pre-prep. Nothing new. Nothing new again. Nothing again. And another Geek Boy. And just to check, that is my 4th Geek Boy. And apparently I'm on 6 pre-preps. And a whole lot of Manjus. Jesus Christmas. Alright, last one. 2 URs. Show me Liberamancer field spells. There's another Realized. Nothing there. And another R gyro system. Another Therian Cross. Nothing there. Nothing. Another Assault Halberd, another Warrior Rocks. So, dust. Third Assault Halberd. You are. Therian Irregular. You can target up to 3 Therian monsters in your graveyard, special this card from your hand, and if you do, equip them to this card. You can discard 1 Endless Engine or Gyro System, destroy all cards your opponent controls. While this card is equipped to a monster, you can special summon this card, then equip the monster this card is equipped to this card. You can only use each effective Therian Irregular once per turn. Not particularly blown away by it. And a so-so end to this pack opening, because now I'm out of gems. So that's going to be the end of this video. If you caught the stream, thanks for watching. If you're catching the replay, thanks for that too. Goodbye, and good luck on your openings.